Just a few days until Scotland votes on whether to break a 300-year-old union with England, and the Queen drops this bombshell.
Even the Queen broke her silence at a church service near Balmoral, saying she hoped people would think very carefully about the future.
Okay, so maybe not a bombshell, but as Monday's headlines would suggest, that off-the-cuff comment she made to a member of the public marks a major reversal for a queen who has until now stayed silent on the issue of Scotland's independence, citing her constitutional impartiality. Then again, although she hasn't taken sides publicly, it's hard to imagine she doesn't privately have a strong opinion on the matter. Or as the Mirror's royal correspondent put it, it doesn't take a genius to work out where her heart lies, especially when you consider her strong ties to Scotland. She is, after all, actually a direct descendant of Mary, Queen of Scots, not of her namesake, England's Queen Elizabeth I. Elizabeth's mother was Scottish, and Elizabeth and her sister Margaret grew up with a Scottish nanny. And the Queen returns every summer to Scotland to stay at Balmoral Castle. And she also spends 1 week at Holyrood House Palace, the former residence of the kings and queens of Scotland. Clearly, Scotland means a great deal to the Queen, which is why her silence on the issue is a bit surprising. Then again, that wasn't always the case. This is what she told the British Parliament on the eve of a Scottish devolution vote back in 1977.
Perhaps this Jubilee is a time to remind ourselves of the benefits which union has conferred at home and in our international dealings on the inhabitants of all parts of this United Kingdom.
Like her latest comments, those too are up for interpretation, although most observers took them to mean she was making the case for a unified United Kingdom. And you could argue that's exactly what she was doing during her latest Scotland visit. As Gordon Rayner of The Telegraph suggests, her aside wasn't entirely unplanned. The Queen knows full well that when she speaks to members of the public, reporters will speak to them afterwards to find out what she said. Also, probably no coincidence, Prince Philip donned a kilt while in Scotland this weekend. He is, after all, the Duke of Edinburgh. For Newsy, I'm Elizabeth Hagedorn. Multiple sources, a broader view.